Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode being in League 2. We have made it to the English football pyramid with Carlisle United. We're back in the English football pyramid, which is huge. And our first game is, in fact, a old foe in FC Halifax, Town My God. So, Halifax, the last time we've played them for the past 4 times when we were back with York City in the beginning, our first 2 years. We lost every time. Not only that, we didn't score in any of those 4 games. So that kind of scares me a little bit. I do think this team obviously is a lot better than any team we have had, but also they're probably now at the best they've ever been. So that's just a little scary to kind of think about. As far as the team itself, we had a bit of luck going into this year. Obviously, getting promoted, you need the funds to kind of help stay in League 2. And we did get $3 million off of a 20% sell-on clause from Dean Henderson, which is so funny because that was back in 2011 when that deal was signed, when they signed him from the Youth Academy. So to think that affected us in 2025 is just crazy to think. That $3 million was huge. Now, I would say wisely, didn't spend a whole lot of it. We didn't spend on any transfers or anything like that. Just as far as all the transfers we have done in this window have been free, besides the Harvey Rhodes one. The Harvey Rhodes one, that was a bit of because we got so much money, it was just kind of like, well, you might as well spend it on somebody, which is probably a terrible idea in hindsight. But because I'm really excited for all these frees, and Lucas Stevenson, Mason Hancock, Stephon Parks, and Ethan Ingram. Especially, as far as Stephon Parks and Ethan Ingram coming from West Brom and Fulham, massive, and really, Luka's already starting, think Mason Hancock starting, and then Stephon Parks and Ethan Ingram can start, but just from a rotation perspective, they're not. We also signed Hakeeb, so we have Hakeeb and Habib, and Hakeeb is probably one of our best players, as you can see there, at 3.5 star, which is not really what matters. What is so impressive for me is the corners. The dribbling, the long shots. He's kind of great as an attacking midfielder. He's kind of great as a winger, which he's going to be right now, but also at 6'3". Pretty impressive to have somebody that size that can also move like that, which should be great to see. And we also have Lewis Richardson. And we also re-signed, as far as a man from York City in the past that we signed. He's 22 now. We're still hey, he's still pretty solid to have on the bench. And Jack Lee, so that's just kind of funny that he's now our second person we have as far as managed in our 2 different teams that we have managed so far. But Lewis Richardson, being able to get him full-time now from Burnley instead of having to loan him, is massive. He's not going to start, though, however, which is probably a bit unique, to say the least. The reason why is we've changed our tactic a little bit. I didn't mean to hit the data hub, as we're going to go with a counterattack. Figured moving up, we should get used to playing without the ball, because not only are we going to play, obviously, other League 2 teams, but we're going to be playing some teams in the Championship. We're going to be playing some teams that are in League 1. We might even have to play somebody in the Prem if the FA Trophy, if that draw in the FA Cup, that does not go our way. We might have to play somebody of that high level. So just kind of think of that ahead. Right now, we only have 2 loans, in Zach Emerson and Habib, who are back obviously from the last season, which is awesome because Zach Emerson, I would say if he plays just as well as he did, which he should, in the National League, if he does so here in League 2, we should have a top 5 goal scorer at the least. I think he's going to be somebody to definitely watch out for. It sucks that Ryan Edmondson's gone. We sold him off to another League 2 team, mainly because that deal was just kind of too good to pass up. Because also, I just kind of was thinking, all right, we should probably just only have 1 striker for this league. I just think defensively we'd be better as a back 5 for this. Because the big thing is not to lose. That's the big thing. Just try to get points as much as we can. Get draws, get wins. Try to avoid as many losses as we can so we don't get relegated. I don't think we're going to get relegated. I'm hoping for a top 15 finish, depending on how we play. If we are in fact just as good as a team without the ball as we are with the ball, we're going to be probably a top 8 team, which is kind of crazy to think. I don't think it's too far-fetched, as far as FC Halifax. Their first time in the League Two setting from being promoted in the National League. They finished 7th, so it's not too far-fetched. And to have Zach Emerson with us still gives us a big advantage. Will Dennis is going to start the first game. I don't know how I feel about that. I think Mitchell's still the better keeper, but right now, just Will Dennis has been playing pretty well. The shapeness is there. I figured we were going to have Mitchell start against Burnley because that's our next game in the English Football Pyramid Cup, I want to say. As far as the first round matchup against Burnley. We also have, as far as the Papa John's fucking trophy, Leeds under 21, Barnsley as well, and Burton, which that's 2 League One teams, I think. Yeah, 2 League One teams, and then obviously I think Leeds is, I don't know if they're now in the Prem or not. Actually, that's they might be still in the Prem. I'm assuming they are, yeah. And then a Prem under 21 squad. So not a great draw for that, but I think we'll be just fine. We beat the Chelsea under 1 team, which is nice to see, but obviously, it's a friendly, so it is what it is. The fact that we had a 1-1 draw against Doncaster as Doncaster Rovers, that gives us a lot of, I think, momentum. Stockport was interesting because we didn't really... We both kind of played like shit. So the fact that we're getting draws with League One teams, I think, gives us a lot of hope. We're not getting killed by them. We definitely are on the same, as far as playing level. So that's nice. That is nice to see. So just kind of thinking of ahead, as far as where we're going to play next after this FC Halifax game, I really don't know. It would be nice to play Shrewsbury Town again. It would be nice to probably play... trying to think of what's going to be like a top team. Because there's some tough matchups for us for sure. But I'll just kind of wait and see how the first couple of games play out. So yeah, that's kind of the game plan. That's what we're hoping for. They predict us, Notts County, and York to be at the bottom 3, fighting against relegation. I think we could definitely be the best of those 3 teams. I also think we're not even going to be close to the relegation zone, but who knows? Maybe a lot can change. Like if Zach Emerson gets hurt, we might be a little bit fucked. But the big plan with that is to be able to, we only have 2 loans, and we can have up to 5, of course. So the big plan here is if, basically when the next transfer window opens up, to bring in more loan guys to help us out. Because right now, we're looking really good as a squad. Our defense, I think, is looking really good. I think as far as this first game, that was going to be tough. FC Halifax, you could see they are used to playing with each other. The chemistry is there. I did think about having both our wings back as with the chemistry and the good partnership, but again, it's kind of weird. It drops us down to being like, we're not really all that well compared to if we just have Josh Dixon play here. Plus, we get a little bit better, I think, with our tactical familiarity, so might as well go with that. Lucas starting, though, is going to be interesting because he's kind of losing shape this too, which is tough. Kind of wish we had one more friendly, but it was what it was because Luca signed a little late. It's crazy. Rhodes, you saw how much money we kind of spent on him. He's not even in the he's not even with the team right now because he's basically not set for this. He can play as a central defender, but really we want him as a wingback, and he still has to be trained to be a wingback. So there's a lot going on there. It's not the greatest of signings, if I do say so myself. So that's just great, just right off the rip. I do want him to be on the 21 squad, so at least he's playing some type of football for us. We also, as far as the, William Akio, still not signed with a work permit. Unreal. So another kind of deal that has kind of went against us, unfortunately. Maxim's coming off an injury, but he should be able to play. We'll see. Even though he's one of our worst defenders, because Stephon Parks could probably start. We're gonna keep Maxim out there. It's tough because that's why I like Maxim as our tactical familiarity. He's a little higher with him because obviously he's used to it. Yeah, I think we're just gonna stick with it. Just let it ride. Let it ride. Should be an interesting game. Now, so far, the locker room has never agreed with any of our roster selections, which is not great. But hopefully, this first game goes our way. Even though we're on a positive, mindset with this counterattack, which is kind of counterintuitive a little bit, I think just as far as how well we're going to play is going to dictate how we're going to use this counterattack. Because we've played pretty well so far with it, through the friendlies and whatnot. And we've played against some pretty good teams as far as in those friendlies. So I think that's a good kind of indicator in how we're going to play. The big thing for us is if we can go out there and get a first 3 points against FC Halifax, that would be major. Major for us. I don't know if it's going to happen now. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see as far as in that regard. But the back five, only one DM with an attacking midfielder too, so no, as far as no two forwards for us today. Everybody's been expecting a draw for us, so at least we potentially is going to get a point out of this. We'll see. It's going to be interesting because obviously a team that's got over 100 points in the National League. It's been the most that we have seen in this FM save of ours. So you'd think we'd be a pretty solid team now that we've been promoted, but easier said than done. And I think a lot of people also are kind of like, you had such a great year, why are you switching away from, going from a counterattack system? I just think that's going to help us out a lot more. There we go. As Dixon gets the ball back. I just think we need to play better without the ball. It's kind of the big thing for us. So far, though, we've been dominating possession, which has just been kind of funny to see. Because our pass completion percentage has been really high. Just because the way we're kind of playing now, it's very much a lot of slow, methodical passes. Not really trying to send it too much up the pitch. Just mainly just trying to keep possession for as long as we can. That's a great tackle. Because we have a deep squad. The squad's deep. We might turn on a bit of our, just as far as the aggression a little bit, might have them stick in a little bit more. So I think it's going to help us out a lot. Yeah, Notts County's already down 1-0. Forest Green. Rovers, they got a throw-in. That's a great throw-in, actually. Middle of the pitch. No one's kind of around. That's kind of the one thing about our system is, obviously, there's only one ball-winning, midfielder. As a DM, we kind of don't have a lot of options, but we get the ball back there. I'm liking that. Emerson's a little far back. Oh, he still makes a hell of a shot at the net, and that's going to be a corner. Hopefully Zach is still our go-to guy off the corner. I think I see him down there. There's Akib. I'm going to make a good corner. Bit lackadaisical there. Finney. To Akib. Hopefully it's a good cross here. It's a terrible pass again. Interesting decision, as Charles is going to snag that back. I'm hating these shots. Hating them. Hating these shots. Because the shots are there. They're just kind of forcing them. Like, he could have dribbled that into at least the box and took a shot. Oh my god, Samuels with a terrible throw-in. What are we doing, boys? Brutal. Harker's a pretty good forward. He's pretty solid. He usually gives us troubles from when we played them when we were at York City. And I think he's going to give us some problems today as well. Because he's still really good. He's actually probably improved just in the mere couple of years since we've seen him. Attaboy, Mason Hancock. Fuck. It's a good idea to clear it out of there, but they are just dribbling right into it. Long shot again. As long as we keep them from having, good shots, we should be okay. So far, we're still winning the possession battle. It's very close, though. It's 53-47. Can someone win that? Damn, Maxim's going to snag that down. Hancock, terrible shot. Hating these shots. Absolutely hating them. But at least we're doing well. We're doing better than them. Even though their XG is a lot higher. Because they obviously had that one header that probably could have went in. Exeter's down. Fleetwood's down. A lot of 1-0s already. Dennis going to send it. Emerson might win that. Not even going to jump for it. Not great. Not great. Sending it long. I think we should win that header. We don't, but they were there. I think about having the sweeper keeper. Obviously, he's just going to snag those down. As far as people to sub off, really it's been... Charters has been playing the worst out of everybody. Other than that, it's still a 6.5. It's not even that bad. Oh, Dixon's got a good chance to make it a... So hoping he was going to pass with Emerson there so we can have a nice one-on-one, but takes the shot. Brutal. Now Exeter's now down 2-0. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, I mean, with this just 1 point, keeps us in the top 10. Oh, Exeter scores again. What a high-octane game that is going to be. And now we're out of the top 10. Yeah, Charter's down to 6.4, now 6.3. We're at the half now. At least we've gotten shots on target compared to them. So that's, got me very, very pleased with how it's going. We are giving up too many chances defending our set pieces, though, so that's not good. Definitely need to change that. Yeah, we're going to make a change. We'll go with... Because, yeah, we got 5 subs now, which is nice. Thank God we're out of the 3. That fucking National League is so brutal. Brutal. Yeah, it's tough, because Jack is kind of like our best option. It's either him or Mason O'Malley. We might play O'Malley instead. Yeah, well, I think that's... Well, yeah, we'll have him be an inverted winger instead. I think that'll help us out a little bit more. Yeah, Jack's... Yeah, I figured so. That's a lot of times that's the case. Where obviously if you're on the kind of wrong side of the foot, you gotta turn him into an inverted winger. Dixon's still playing... he's actually playing really well. 6.8. Emerson's playing okay. Yeah, I think that will do it for the first sub. Just the one. Well, we have been the better team, though. Which is great to see in the first 45. Plus, with now we get the ball to start off. It's great to see. Again, how we've controlled possession has been awesome. Because they're a tough team. They are a tough-ass team. And to be able to kind of play this methodical, slow approach, the slow build out of the back, has been great to see. Because obviously with the back 5, we can space a lot of clubs out. I don't like that long ball, though, yeah, because that was just a little off target. But it looks like we had a throw-in right off of that. Is he going to send it? To Finney. Finney going to get it back. Oh, my. Habib trying. I know Finney's looking for a long ball. And he's got the through ball, though, to Hakeeb. Hakeeb to Habib. Emerson with a great shot, but it's somehow blocked. And Dixon's down. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, he's going to have to get subbed off. By the looks of that one. So we'll go ahead and make that happen as Liam Walsh going to come on. Liam's pretty good as an attacking midfielder. Usually we could have a key, but now that Dixon's gone, it's kind of like no point of having somebody be on that right side there as a winger. See if Emerson's going to win it. Nope. So we are down a man, because we didn't get that injury off in time. Maybe they'll be nice and not score. Looks like they're going to try to go all the way with it. And now there's one in the back. Well, York City scored. Sam Dalby with a shot that goes in right before the half. Please clear it. Alright. Off the crossbar goes. They've been the much better team out of the air, that's for sure. Can 100% confirm that. But at 1 point, it's not the best. Because it gives, obviously, another club a point as well, but it keeps us out of the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that Zach Emerson's just not playing well, but I just feel like he always gives us the best chance. Damn, they score again. York City's doing pretty good. Pretty good in their first game. Oh, that's a tough one. Luckily, they... Oh, that's a beautiful shot that luckily just missed it. So Lance is kinda... Or Lance, Lucas Stevenson, rather. is not playing all that well. We can have him come off. I think Maxim's played well, but, let's have Barkey's come on. We probably should have Morgan Finney be in the middle. Well, I guess Mason Hancock's been the best today, so we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, yeah, we'll have Ingram come on for a B. That's the great thing about this team. We're so, we're deep now. Deep in a rotation where we can have our 5 subs come on, and we'll still be pretty locked and loaded as far as a squad that is pretty fit and is still like a high-octane team. So that has me really, really pleased with this team. It's how deep we can play. And Hancock's got a 7. Everybody else, just Zach Emerson just has not played well today. Which, that fucking hit the bar. Walsh is going. See what he's got. Oh, God. Doesn't have the speed to outrun anybody. That's a terrible pass. Luckily, though, that's going right to Dennis. We're doing well, though. We're doing well. With this positive approach, we've been dominating possession. We're doing our thing. We might, in fact, have to go with what brought us to the dance. In that original little 4-4-2 that we were running. That might be the play. I don't know, though. I think this has given us a much better opportunity as far as to stay in games. And kind of grind them out a little bit. Hazeman's got a good chance until he sends it to the wrong fucking guy. The key won it, though. Oh, Emerson's there. What a goal! Zach Emerson is on the board. That's why we trust that man. And that's kind of why I didn't want to bring on Richardson. Because he's so good. He's so good. You can't stop him for a full 90. You just can't. We get our goal. We get our 3. If we just hang on, we'll be 8th. So that would be huge. Would be absolutely huge. And to finally beat FC Halifax 2 would be just fantastic. Grimsby up 3-1 though. Oof. Tough game. Oh, they're making all their subs now. They really ran them dry. We really didn't. We made a lot of subs pretty relatively quick. Maybe a little too quick. It's nice to have fresh legs out there in the full, kind of, at the end of the last 10 or so minutes. But that is a great job by Walsh to at least send that back. Liking the press. Yep. Liking it. Walsh doing a very good job. Emerson, hopefully will win that to Hakiba. Fuck. Boy, we're trying to keep possession, but the middle's going to be where we kind of struggle a little bit. But once they go out wide, they can't compete with us. That's a great job of dribbling into the box, though. Hopefully we stop it. Yep. And, they were going to score eventually. Yeah, they played pretty well today. Pretty well. Yeah, Finney, 6.5, not great. Not great. That was just a great job, as far as dribbling all the way into the box. Just, nothing more you can really say. Maybe we'll get another goal here before the end of the game. Maybe we'll steal it back. I'm not liking that, though. Boy, Samuel's way to win it back. Here we go. I'm liking it. Liking it. We have our little triangle that we're working with. And it's working well. See what Hancock's going with. He's sending it. Right now, that's not working out as far as the full send. But the small play has been working out very, very well. If we kind of combine the two, we'll be set as far as from a team perspective. Just kind of weird that we're a counterattacking team. You kind of haven't seen our counterattack all that much today. Oh my god. And Spence wins it back. Looking for a cross. Might be there. The way they've been able to dribble into the box, though, has been pretty embarrassing, to say the least. As Fleetwood are now up over Port Vowel, and Grimsby's 4-1. That is a great start for them. And it looks like we are, in fact, going to get the draw. 1-1 draw. Oh, well, we got some time left. Plus, with the ball. Morgan Finney kind of sucked there towards the end. He would have been a better guy probably to get subbed off than Maxim, but it is what it is. It's tough, because I think the back five, I think it helps us out in a lot of ways, but also maybe as far as if Zach had somebody up there as well, playing with him from a forward perspective, maybe we would have played better, as far as because we got outshot, which was interesting, with their 15 to our 2, but ours were more on target, so it's very, it's kind of, as far as an even kilt. Jack kind of played like shit when he got subbed on, too. Everybody else played pretty well that was subbed on, though. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's gonna be 2-1. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We fall apart at the end. Unreal. Yeah, we couldn't do that. That is not something we should not have done. Falling apart like that at the end is brutal to see. Fucking brutal. Because those points are going to matter. They're going to matter for sure. We got too tired. As far as... I think if we would have... Potentially... The Hancock injury... Or not the Hancock injury. The Dixon injury fucked us up a whole lot with kind of our subs. We probably shouldn't have subbed anybody at the half, looking back, but... maybe we'll get a goal here. We still got some time. Not anymore. Yeah, that's going to be a free kick, and that's probably going to be the game. Brutal way to lose. Right at the end of the game like that. But, as far as we always lose to FC Halifax. I don't know what it is. We just can't figure them out. At least this time we scored. That's been better than the last 4 games we played against them. But, having the most possession, better pass completion percentage, we played well. We just got unlucky at the end. If Ingram came on and he played worse as well, just him and Jack, they just kind of fucked us a little bit. Everybody else, though, played pretty well. Emerson gets his goal. Morgan Finney kind of played relatively bad. We'll see. It would have been nice to get a win. It would have been nice to get fucking 1 point out of that. To get 0 to start off with. Brutal start in the English pyramid. But, we got a lot of games left. A lot of games left. Luckily, our goal difference is only 1. So we're not in the relegation zone, so we're good with that. Hopefully, as far as with this next game, yeah, he was the super sub of the day. Yeah, it's just fucking brutal. Brutal. Yeah, that's crazy. York City winning, us losing. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Now we got the Burnley game coming up, which that's going to be the biggest thing to kind of see from our perspective, how well we're going to play. If we can have a competitive game against Burnley, that's going to be a good little outline of how the team's going to look like going into the rest of the year. Because obviously a team that's been in the Prem, a team that's pretty much been a mainstay now in the Championship for a good bit. They've been a problem, for sure. I mean, Sean Dyche, they had a great little system. Great system to be able to compete at a at a very high level, to be able to run that 4-4-2, just bring it back to basic soccer and outwork everybody. Well, we'll see. As I still am going to stick with this counter, fluid attack. I think the counter attack was working a bit today. It just at times we're struggling a little bit. We're also still in the early stages of this. We're still not all the way 100% there. The passing style needs to get locked in. Once we get that locked in, we should be good to go. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.